Welcome to Global Domination Live. My name is Lisa Marie Wand, and I'm here with my amazing co-host, Stephanie Gilezan. And we've spent the last 2 decades building and scaling our real estate businesses. And most real estate agents focus on their immediate neighborhood or city or region. And we say, why think small when you can grow your business to a whole new level? And eXp offers opportunities for you to take your local business to a national and global scale. And today we have our amazing guest from Louisville, Kentucky, Andi Mitri. Welcome to our show, Andi.
Thank you, Thank you, Lisa Marie. Pleasure.
Well, Stephanie.
I love this because, 3.5 years ago, I get a call from Andi, and he was newer to the real estate industry. He actually had a good full-time career, but knew he wanted to get out of that whole corporate scene, and why not get his real estate license, right? So many people come into real estate as that second career. But I will say in 3.5 years, you have done what very few have been able to do, which is pretty much triple your nice corporate paying job and commission income, but also build an entire real estate career around not spending money for leads. I mean, you've been doing this the organic way, Andi, and I want you to, share your story, share from where you were to how we met and now what you're doing here at eXp.
Thanks. Thank you, Stephanie. Thanks for all the kind words. 3.5 years ago, I can't believe how quickly time goes. Organic, referral based businesses, generally speaking, what I've learned and what I've been successful at. And the tools and resources provided by eXp allowed me to build that local brand and referral based business, which has put me in a position to really enjoy helping folks buy and sell property every day.
That's impressive. And I know that, one of the things when we first met 3.5 years ago, and a way for you, your goal was to leave that corporate job within 1 year. You were still new to real estate, so you had a lot to learn, but your goal was to leave that job in 1 year's time. But I think you ended up leaving it fairly quicker than that, right?
Yeah, I sure did. My first year I think I was 8 months in with eXp. And at that point, I had the momentum and the confidence to leave, and I never looked back. So even with this, I guess you could say, shifting market, right, that we have going on, I'm still extremely busy, not worried about what's going on around us, and I'm just focused on what I'm doing, and I'm still rocking and rolling and able to help. So got finished sooner, and the reason why I left sooner was because of the resources that eXp provided to me. There's an unlimited amount of training. The collaboration within the agents, within the organization is amazing. Support, questions, how do I do this, or whatever it was. When I first started with eXp, every agent was willing to help me, which was awesome. And the thing is for me, we all own the brokerage. It's an agent-owned brokerage, right? We're all owners of this wonderful organization. And if Andi's winning, Stephanie's winning, Lisa Marie's winning, we're all winning. And I really feel that the support and collaboration that was provided to me from the beginning and still exists till today, and will always exist because of the structure of the brokerage, will always give me an upper hand and edge to continue to be successful going forward.
I love that you commented on that. I love that. And I'm gonna chime in here really quickly because, so many misconceptions about eXp being this virtual company, and agents are like, I need support. I need to be able to walk into the office. I need to be able to talk to my broker. Well, it's ironic because we all believe that. What they don't realize until they become a part of eXp is how you have that 100 times more than your typical brokerage here on the local level, because you came from a brokerage that wasn't a bad brokerage. They were a great brokerage, but who did you have to rely on at that brokerage?
Two people.
And you immediately moved to eXp, and I
have an unlimited support of I have so many agents here in town that call me for things, and I'm willing to help, and I call them for things, and they're willing to help. And then our mobile office is phenomenal for workplace, right? I mean, I can just zip a message to anybody and get an answer or reply within seconds. It's really cool. So, well, before with the local brokerage, I had two contacts that just, you know, they're great, and not saying anything bad about them, but they just were contacts, not
Right.
really what I'm getting with the support and knowledge that I'm receiving from my folks here that I have relationships with at eXp. So,
I had that same experience as you did, Andy. I was in a brick and mortar
mhm,
brokerage, and we had two brokers in our office actually that were both just down the hall, and sometimes it took me days to get a response because they were so busy doing whatever it was they were doing. And so now, like you said, with workplace, we can get almost instantaneous response.
mhm.
So take us back. You were a manager at Walgreens for many years and humming along, and then you decide to jump off the cliff, which congratulations for being brave and making that decision to move into real estate. And you said that once you moved over to EXP, the tools are part of what really changed your ability to grow and scale your business so quickly. Will you talk to our audience about the tools that are really helping you be the most productive that EXP has provided?
Mhm. KvCore is my number one resource and tool that I utilize. It does a lot of my follow up for me. Um, and whenever I need to chime in, right, with a text or a phone call or whatever it may be, the system notifies me and I take over from there. So a lot of times we get busy with a lot of things that we do every day. And when you actually learn and how to utilize our client management system, which is called KvCore, and you let it do the work for you, you become more productive in creating more business for yourself, and at the same time not losing track or remembering to follow up with who you need to be following up with. So that has dramatically impacted my ability to stay productive and continue to be available to help folks buy and sell property every day. It's the number one tool that we have that can help you dominate the market, right? So, um, and it's part of our monthly technology, whatever fee you want to call it. It's $85, and I mean, it's amazing that that's available to me, and I get to utilize it to improve my business at a low expense. It's excellent.
I was looking at KvCore this morning, and KvCore is a phenomenal tool. I mean, it's one of the things that, just like when we met Andy for the first time, I said, if you do this one thing and only this one thing, you will immediately scale your business, because KvCore has it to where, and I want everybody to think about this for a minute. I don't care if you make $1,000 a year in real estate commission or if you make $10 million a year in real estate commission. The smart part about what we can always do to scale and be successful is to make sure we utilize tools to their maximum ability. And what I love about it is that I've met a lot of teams throughout, the country, at other brokerages that are big buyers of leads, big, massive purchasers of leads. And I'll never forget telling you, Andy, you said, should I buy Zillow leads? And I said, absolutely not. Don't waste your money. Okay. And then we got into KvCore, and we looked at how you're able to build a buyer squeeze page where you can go in and in 5 seconds type in whatever area, whatever zip code, put that post out on your social media. People start to click on it. You're capturing their information. And so in a matter of 30 days period of time, you can build an immediate database of people that may not be looking to buy that day, but they stay in that system and they're constantly being dripped on. I've had people in my KvCore system for 4 years.
Mhm.
KvCore's doing the work, not me. They've been in there for 4 years. And all of a sudden, out of the blue, I get a phone call that says, hey, Stephanie, that property you sent this morning, I'm actually wanting to take a look at that. And I'm like, gosh, let me look and see what the heck it is because I'm not even paying attention. But that's what's so great about it. And so in a market where things are shifting and things are pivoting, we always have to figure out ways to save money. But even in the height of all the market, I said to Andi, don't spend your money. Don't spend thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars or whatever the case might be per month to Zillow into your realtor.coms, because that's why eXp built these tools so that we can keep more money in our pocket. And that's what I mean when, Andi's the type of agent that asked for an opinion and then ran with the advice he received. And that's why 3.5 years later, you are an icon agent. Explain that. Explain that to the audience, because unless you're with eXp, you don't really understand. What does icon truly mean?
Icon truly means that you're the best of the best. I mean, if you want to talk about what percent of eXp agents, there's 85,000 agents worldwide. Within the brokerage, 3% of those 85,000 agents are considered to be icon, and it's a production award. It's a production. You can't even call it an award. Honestly, it's amazing what we get for achieving the icon status. So all of us know what a cap is, right? You have your cap with whatever number it is with your brokerage. With the eXp, it's 80/20, and when you cap with eXp Realty and you pay in $16,000 to eXp Realty, and you sell an additional 20 homes, right? You receive that cap that you paid in initially in the form of publicly traded EXPI stock, $16,000. So
absolutely.
Which is going to give you more ownership within the organization, right? You're getting your cap back. You're owning more shares of the organization that you hold on to, and you just sit back and relax. And when you need to use it, you can use it to purchase investments or whatever it may be. So yeah, that's one. I guess another great thing I liked about eXp when I joined eXp is that the fact that it's a publicly traded company. I've always liked stock, and the idea that I can own stock and where I attach my real estate license really rung a bell with me, and it's paid dividends for me multiple times over since I've joined, right? So to get the cap back in stock is absolutely phenomenal for us.
It is phenomenal because it's not just here's $16,000. They say here's $16,000 worth of stock that gets to sit in an account, or you do with it what you want. But mine's sitting in an account, and this is a true statement. I've been with eXp. It'll be 5 years in February. I've icon 5 times, which means I've received my entire cap back in stock each year that I've been at eXp. The first icon award of stock that I received back 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago, is worth a value of over $160,000 today. So think about that. So what icon means to me is, sure, it's a status. We sold a lot of production. Not really. I mean, it doesn't take a lot to icon. You can meet your cap at 16 grand. You can either do 20 more closings or 500,000 in gross commission income. And that's how you icon. And that's how you get that stock back. And with the tools, the training, the collaboration that eXp offers, it's why Andi is sitting on this call today and telling us that 3.5 years in, he's an icon agent and already received his cap back in stock, which gets to now grow and scale. So a lot of times I get a lot of objections when I go to have a conversation about eXp, and they say, oh, well, I have a cap too. Well, you do have a cap, but your brokerage is not going to give it back to you in ownership at all. Doesn't exist, people. Doesn't exist. But to be awarded ownership based on production, that's exactly what we all have ever wanted, right? I mean, that's what we all have ever wanted. Not only do we get rewarded with the low capping and all the technology benefits and the low monthly cost to be affiliated with eXp, but we're growing our ownership and we're actually getting that ability to grow in production scales. We called this global domination because in this atmosphere of eXp, where we exist in all 50 states and 23 additional countries, we also have the ability to grow our team globally as well. It's not just focused right here in Louisville, Kentucky, where Andi is doing his business. He and all of us at eXp have the ability to grow our real estate teams across all these different, existence. And you've had your monthly income raised with this beautiful deposit that automatically goes into your bank account each month, which is a bonus. It's like the sprinkles on the cupcake over and beyond iconing and receiving stock. You get additional sprinkles on the cupcake. Share that a little bit.
Additional sprinkles, where do you get a real estate brokerage where you can get your cap back in stock, right? But how about this, right? Let's make friendships and relationships with other agents and bring them on and join our agent-owned brokerage and let them also enjoy the benefits of the brokerage and at the same time be compensated for it, right? So a lot of people ask me, hey, why don't you get your broker's license and open up your own brokerage? It's a question they get all the time from different realtors or friends or family or what have you. And I'm like, why? I have all that and I'm not a broker and I'm a solo agent and I get a monthly revenue share check that is directly deposited into my account and is transferable to another family member. In the future, right? If another member of my family gets a real estate license, they can take over the revenue share for me. God forbid something happens to me, right?
Right.
It's an actual benefit that exists past your lifespan. It's amazing, and that's not offered nowhere else. It's I guess the third key element to planning or being able to set yourself up for a retirement or a future, if you would say, right? Because you can sell homes and help folks with property every day, but at the end of the day, you're at some point in time, you're going to retire. And what do you have to show for it? With the eXp, you get the stock, and you get stock awards not only for capping or becoming an icon, you get stock awards for many other different reasons as well. But then you also have the revenue share that will continue to come to your bank account. So as long as your license is active or you transfer it to another licensed family member. So it's phenomenal.
I was looking at some statistics yesterday, Andi, and it was talking about people at retirement age, let's say 65 and over, that over 30% of those people had zero money saved for retirement. And about 50% of them couldn't even open up their checkbook or their Venmo and send $500, like right on the spot. And, Stephanie and I have been in the business for quite a while, and we've seen the real estate professionals that they're just going to help people buy and sell houses until they can't do it anymore. And that could be an unexpected time. So this is truly a company that helps agents have an exit strategy, not only through the stock and rev share, but also things, the benefits of being part of a huge global publicly traded company is you can have access to reasonably priced healthcare because, when we can't work, we don't make money. And also even a 401k with matching. So can you talk about some of the other benefits? You've hit the big ones, but what else could you share about the eXp business model with our audience today that's really been a game changer for you?
The business model, I'm a big game changer for me has been the internal eXp referral network
Yeah.
for my business. I'm the go-to guy. It seems like now in Louisville, which is phenomenal. I've been all over it since I started with eXp, and I'm now become the guy they refer to in Louisville. So that benefit alone is excellent. So the internal referral network is phenomenal. And then the utilization of our eXp world is really cool too, because if I have a question for accounting, technology, if I want to just go stop by and have a chat with my broker, I can go into the world and say, hey, how's it going? I need this or that or whatever. Right. So right now, as I speak, I'm at home in my office at home. I think that's another really cool benefit in a sense that I did not waste fuel, time, or energy going somewhere to be somewhere. I'm here. I'm at home. I mean, most of the time I am here unless I have to be gone from my home, right? So that's also in terms of a business decreased my expense and increased my revenue, right? So and I would say the last but not least thing is when we can go back to the training and collaboration. It's the business planning part of what we need to do every day to operate as a business. I learned a lot from different members here in our local community with eXp, and how to manage my business and run it as a business so that I can stay productive for years to come, or successful, or whatever you want to call it, for years to come. So.
Absolutely. And in light of all that collaboration and training, what I love about eXp, and when I joined, I'd been in the business 20 years. So it wasn't like I was brand spanking new to the industry. And I'll admit, and people who know me are going to say, well, yeah, that's her. I was cocky. I knew it all, right? I know everything. Nobody can teach me anything, until I got to eXp and I had the ability to plug in to these mega producers all over the United States who were openly doing these in-world trainings, sharing their best secrets, showing how they built their business. And I learned so much. It was such an eye-opening experience to me to be able to see how a mega agent in New York or California or Minnesota or Florida was doing something that I could take. They were sharing it with us because they wanted us to implement it in our market and where we're at. And so that's the ability is that we have that. And it's all because we're business owners. And the stronger Andi or Lisa Marie or Tony in Utah is, the stronger we all are because we own this business. And especially now in a changing market. When I got into real estate, it was 1999. Interest rates were 8.5%. No big deal, right? So as we've seen what's happening right now, I'm like, well, when I got into real estate, that's what the interest rates were. The difference is that they didn't go from 3% to 8.5%. They went from 10% down to 8.5%. So I do have to keep that into perspective. But because I've been in the business a long time, and you know me, I'm always willing to take a phone call and to have a conversation because I do truly care about this industry, regardless of where an agent has their license. But I've received a lot of phone calls over the course of the last few weeks. What do I do? What do I do now? Things are slowing down. In 2009 to 2015, I did a massive pivot in my business, and I learned something that I didn't go into real estate thinking that I would do, but because it fit the economic times of 2009 to 2015, I learned to do that. And so that's what I encourage agents to do now, and why I love eXp so much, because it's not just me teaching a lot of agents to do this. There's hundreds of agents teaching every single day. How do we transition in this market? How do we be ahead of the next thing? And that's what I love about it, because I owned a large office in Louisville, Kentucky, national brand. The difference is nobody was openly willing to teach their trade secrets, because that meant they were teaching them to their competition. The people inside their office would be bred to be their competitors. And so they always held back. They stood up there and they acted like they were giving away some top secret, but they didn't give the real nut on how you pivot and how you make money. And that's what I like about eXp is because we're doing that because we're not fearful of training our competition, because we're just not that way. We're not competition. But if you're out there and you're watching this and you're worried, maybe you've been in the business the last 3 years and you've stuck a sign in front of a house and you've gotten 30 offers and, don't even know what an open house is and don't understand what it's not like to sell a house in the matter of the first hour that it's on the market and all of that. And you're like, holy crap, what am I going to do? Reach out to us, reach out to Andi, reach out to Lisa Marie, because again, we've been in this business. Andi broke into this industry not with a sphere of influence, not with a list of people that were ready to buy and sell their houses. He had to go find them. It's the same principle today. You that aren't doing any business just have to go and find where that business is. And that's what we share with people. That is why having a simple 15-minute phone call that can benefit your business is something that will make sense to you. But there's a million different ways. And maybe we do that, Lisa Marie. We do another, conversation with some top mega producers on how through the 2009s to the even 2011 range, when it was its worst, and how we all pivoted and how we got into different classes of real estate that really honestly made us all millionaires. Because where there's a shift, there is always opportunity. You just have to think outside the box and find that opportunity. But it's the same rule applies when you're entering a new industry and you got to figure out, how do I build my business? And this is why I love Andi so much. And I'm so glad you're on here today. Andi didn't come to me and say, give me business. Andi came to me and said, I need to know how to build my business. Mm-hmm. Maybe 30-minute conversation. Then he plugged in. He sat in trainings. He put it to good work. He utilized KvCore. He woke up with lots of business because he wasn't scared to get out and hit the pavement. It's the true definition of work, right? And so you got to put in the work. And so for the last couple of years in this intense, housing market that you all have been in, it's been fairly easy. And so if you're newer to real estate and you got in at the height of all this, now you need to reach out and learn how to work. And we can teach you that, right? It's a different work. The money's still there. The business is still there. But we have to teach you how to hunt for it.
Yeah, and we can help you focus on success is really about focusing on those activities daily that are high payoff. And it's a good point, Stephanie, because for the last, couple of years, the market has been so ripe and rich. And now it's time to get back to some basics of staging homes. There's a lot of agents out there that don't even know about that, or having the open houses, or actually doing some high level marketing and going out. You're having an open house and actually how to work a successful open house at the highest level. And the amount of transparency and collaboration that happens at eXp, you may hear us talking about this and not believe it, but it is actually true, because we're collaborating with people from all over the globe that are happy to share those success habits that you can focus on daily to scale your business beyond your wildest dream, if that's what you want to do. The opportunity is here, and Andi is living proof of that.
Yes.
Andi, any final words you want to say to the audience about the market? Give them your little secret, give them a teaser,
tidbit.
A tidbit. Give them something so that, they've watched this and they walk away with some value.
Take a few minutes to sit down and literally figure out what your daily schedule is, what your daily plan looks like. Put it in writing and do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just work. Just do it and focus on it and continue to focus on it. And the more work you put in now and the more focus you put on and you follow that schedule and you put that work in every day, the results are going to come. The results are going to come. And you'll be satisfied that you reach your goals.
That's so true. I'm so glad you said that, because everything I do in a day is scheduled. It's got to be
Time block.
that I use my calendar as my accountability partner. And if you schedule that from 8 to 10 a.m., you're going to make cold calls and you're going to drum up business. I promise you're going to find that business. That's just a small tidbit, and there's so many more of those. But thank you, Andi, for being here. I'm so glad that we're in business together, because we all truly are business partners here at eXp. And Lisa Marie, it's been an awesome podcast today.
Yes, thank you for joining us. And if you're curious about a next step on how you can scale your business, your residential business, to a regional, national, or global level, just reach out to us today at info@globaldomination.live and schedule a quick personalized strategy session. We're here to help you, and we are here to help you grow.
Okay.